good at that.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome, Inspired Podcast community. This is your new episode, number 77, by the way. My name is Caroline, and today, Celeste and I, we have an amazing guest. It is Ramy El-Batrawi. Yes, welcome. I met him through the book, Can You Really Think and Grow Rich? This amazing book, and of course, the readings of the book by Troy R. Chadwick every Saturday. I remember this. And the book is related or not related. You said endorsed by the Napoleon Hill Foundation. And I was involved there a little bit. So this is the connection to you. And now I would like you to present yourself to the audience, please.
Carrie, you forgot to say that the author of the book is Ramy. That's why we're
Yeah,
talking
of
about this
course, of
book.
course.
Not
Ramy is
everybody
the
maybe knows
author.
this.
So what is the particular question? Because I have a million things I could say. What would you like me to start with?
To start with, yeah, Celeste.
Yes, maybe you could say a couple of words for a person that doesn't know you, Ramy. All right. What we know from everyone is that Ramy is an extremely successful entrepreneur that wants to give a lot to the world and inspire the world. But if you were to present yourself a little bit, what would you say about Ramy? If you look from a side, yeah, you look
Yeah.
at this person, what would you say about Ramy?
So Ramy, so myself, I feel like I'm like everybody else. I started out very young, very poor, ran away from home when I was 12 years old. But again, I molded my mind because I picked up Think and Grow Rich when I was 12, read it 20, 30 times, and I had a definite purpose, and I wasn't affected by the rest of the world telling me I can't do that. And I believed everything that book said. So it formed my belief in life. And because of all the principles from there, I was able to build really good, great success. So, but even starting out at homeless for 5 years, I learned a lot. But made the first million at 17, lost it, rebuilt 50 at 23. Kind of gave it all up and to go after the richest man in the world because I wanted to build a lot more. And by the time I think I was 38, I hit $1 billion. So it's all based on those principles. And so I wrote the book just to show people that those principles, because I use a lot of the principles of Think and Grow Rich in my book and directly quoted, and I show how I use those principles and I apply them to how I succeed in different areas. So I'm basically a person that anybody can be, that can be converted if they believe in the principles and start thinking the way I think instead of you don't have to do what I do, but think the way I think, and then you can achieve pretty much anything you want.
Wow.
Yes. Wow, this was
Amazing
really amazing.
example. Yes. We are so
Thank
grateful we got you on the podcast to share this actually because it's an amazing, amazing, amazing example.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And you
yeah,
can read it in the book, of course. So
yeah.
the first question is, what inspires you?
To- From when? At the beginning, or now, or during
In
my?
general, now when you are like, are you inspired whole day long, or what is it? What triggers your inspiration?
The inspirations are from my goals and things that I wanted from very young. So I'm always inspired. Once you build this as a foundation in your mind, those principles, and it overtakes anything else, and it's just 100% the way you think, and it's second nature. You're always inspired. So like I don't sleep very much because I get a million ideas every night, and I want to do them all. So I have to choose and pick the things I do. So, but every day I'm inspired to do something. I do something every day to forward any of my goals. So inspiration comes from believing in yourself and believing that you can do it, and you believe that you could do it by applying the principles, and you get little successes and see they work, and then you have true faith that whatever you can do, you can achieve, because these principles work. They lasted the test of time for thousands and thousands of years. I know Think and Grow Rich was written 100 years ago, but those principles have been around since the beginning of time. So it's really, it's a proven thing, just like gravity or anything else. So once you get to a point that you believe those principles are real and you make it second nature to yourself, then you get inspired every day to do things, to do what you want. So you're in total control of your life. So whatever you think of or want to do, you automatically put into action and you make it happen. So that's basically how it will work once you develop the total belief and faith in these principles.
Remy,
Oh,
you
yes.
make me think about something interesting because we're talking here about inspired, inspired. We always talk with Caroline about inspired.
Yeah.
But you made me think right now, how would you define inspired for a person that is listening to us? I mean, we go through the day and then you get this inspired idea. How would you describe this? What is it for you? And yeah, exactly. What is it for you? How do you feel it? And yeah, how would you describe it?
Yeah, I mean, inspire could be defined many different ways, but the way I view it is it shouldn't just come this way. Unfortunately, the bulk of the people have a victim mentality. They feel the outside world affects their lives and they give up or they don't feel they have a chance. So by knowing that you have total control no matter what happens in the outside world, it doesn't affect you. You reach whatever goal you want and the things that you want that makes you happy no matter what happens. I mean, there's people in the Great Depression that made a lot of money and were happy and enjoyed it. But the bulk of the people were depressed and thinking depressed and thought they were victims. And in every scenario, if you have a victim mentality, then you have only moments of inspiration when you get excited about something, but it fades away very quickly because your mind is so buried into such negative thoughts and feelings of defeat that you have to change that. So inspiration should be just a normal state at all times. So it's really just changing your belief system in yourself and how the world works, and not worry what anything happens in the external world because it's just like you're stepping out, watching a movie, or you're playing chess and you're moving the chess pieces. It doesn't matter what the opponent's chess move is. If you master yourself, there's billions of different moves that ends up letting you win the game. And this is a game of life that you need to win.
Wow, I love
Wow.
that. It is the key. It reminds me of what Carrie you're saying. Like this is normal. This is normal. So it's like riding a wave, rising a wave, and riding it constantly. The state of inspired. Wow. Thank you, Remy. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. So I wanted to talk about when we were at your house during the 3 days training in September. It was amazing. So thanks again. And this
Absolutely.
little this 5 minutes when we were in your garden, maybe it was longer, and we were like holding hands and connecting each other or ourselves with the
Mm-hmm.
universal mind to download new ideas. So this was, I think, what I was thinking about when I asked what inspires you. So when you have this moment, you connect to a mastermind group, for example, and then you have this feeling and you get more ideas, more of.
Yeah. I mean, it's mostly that the universe has infinite knowledge, more than one person or everybody put together, because it's a combination of everybody's thoughts, but also what the universe has to offer. And that's how Einstein's got his ideas. He got it in a daydream or thinking about it. It comes to him. It was never taught in the book about the theory of relativity and all that. He created it in his mind, and he does that by connected to the infinite intelligence of the universe. So when we were there, because there's more power doing more people, and it's a big mastermind connecting the same way. So that exercise came last minute to me. We said, let's try that. Let's connect to the earth. I think we went all barefoot and one thought only, to just connect to the universe and give us the answers we're looking for to achieve what we want to achieve in life. And that is brought in also by a lot of emotion. When you have more emotion, good, bad, or anything else, your mind opens up more and connects to the universe better. So, if you build emotion, have a focused idea, it's just like tuning a channel on a radio. 93.1, 96.7, depending what you want. And the universe is like, will send you these ideas and ways to achieve your goals. So once you're set what you want, and then you really focus and connect to the universe, opportunities will show up to achieve those things. But you have to then take action, because if you get all this information, take zero action, it doesn't do anything for you. So that's the problem with a lot of people. They don't step up and take action. Where I always take action. Any ideas that come up that I feel that it does further my goals.
Yeah, we call this with
Wow.
Caroline, we call it jumping,
Yeah,
jumping into the impulse. So
The
the impulse
impulse.
come and it's like
Mm,
jump, 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 act, 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 act.
mm.
Yes. I think everybody memorized that moment of holding hands together, like unity,
yeah,
fusion. I think everybody was there, was special for them. Yes.
yeah.
It was the best moment. And you also mentioned barefoot, to be grounded in that moment, to be connected with Mother Nature, and then at the same time with the higher self, higher identity. And then you are open. You also mentioned openness.
Yeah.
Yes. Mhm.
You have to be very
Wow.
open and believe in it, and just connect.
Oh, thank you so much. Yes. You mentioned chess before. May I ask you if you play chess, if you are an active
Uh, I do play
player?
chess, but I'm not this great master of chess. But I play life like a chess game. I mean, the people win life and people win in chess games. They don't think that one move ahead. They think 20, 30
Oh.
moves ahead.
Mhm. 30, yes. Mhm. I heard about this because I recently saw a TV show, or yeah, whatever you call it, and it was about chess, and I was so fascinated because for the first time in my life, I realized that it is possible to win every game. So every player has the ability to win every game. But I think this is a huge subject. If if
Yeah.
we, I don't know if you agree to that, or if
No,
you
I
have the
agree.
experience.
Anybody can win
Because
the game. I mean,
oh wow,
yeah,
everyone can win the game.
yeah. A game of life is meant to win, and the universe gives you all the tools in the world to win. It's up to you to take advantage of them or not.
Thank you so much. That gives me confidence now, and I'm so inspired by you. Okay, my next question is, who inspires you? You.
At the beginning, it was people like Adnan Khashoggi and stuff, but I just found that I depend on myself so much that I kind of just inspire myself at this point.
Yeah.
So I just inspire watching the world change, watching people succeed, and I just part of it. So but it is so important to depend on yourself and how you think, because if you think that way, you don't have to tap into other people's opinions, criticisms, or anything else, and then you get inspired to do a lot of amazing things for yourself. And you don't need any outside influence to always feel that you can achieve almost anything in life.
This is very
Wow.
powerful. Many of our guests say at the end they tap into their internal amazing treasure to get inspired, go inside. So, yes.
Yeah. You definitely have to be yourself, because it's so hard to find people. People have their own lives, their own moods, their own problems, and their stuff, and they really don't care as much about you as you care about yourself. So the time they'll spend with you or do the things that they're gonna do is really a lot more limited than you think, because they have, unless you're like-minded, you're working towards a goal, they have no real motivation to inspire you or do anything to really help you move forward, unless again it's a win-win situation for both of you. So it's better just to just depend on yourself, and if you build these styles and ways of thinking, depending on yourself, is also connecting to the universe, because that's very inspiring when you start getting new ideas every day and find pathways of doing things, and you find that you can achieve almost anything that you want to do, then it becomes a lot easier for you to always be in a level of being inspired, or feeling that you can do anything. It's just like, uh, take an example. I know, I'm sure you both drive cars. Like, do you need any inspiration to go in, turn the key, and drive? If it's second nature. You just go in, you have the confidence, you drive the car, and you go wherever you want to go. So everything should be that simple, second nature. Everything should become second nature to you, and the way you make it second nature is by really learning, studying, believing, and really just keep on doing things that prove that this is 100% the laws of the universe. I mean, so many people have proven it. I wrote the book to show that I proved it myself. So it's really you getting to a point that you have faith and believe it.
Yeah.
So
It's you wrote the book to prove that it works, that the principles that Napoleon Hill wrote down, and he also received them by intuition, by however, but it was guided. It was
Yeah.
guided that the principles are working and that they are applicable. It is so inspiring. Thank you so much.
Um,
Yeah, and you said of the question, who inspires you? You said yourself. So you rely on yourself and you trust yourself
you
and
have
you
to.
have the results. Yes,
Yeah, you definitely have to
you
trust
want to
yourself.
say. Yes, thank you so much. Celeste, you wanted to add something? Ask something?
yes, I think we'll go to the next question. What is the next question? You had such a wonderful question, Caroline.
Yeah, the question is, how do you inspire other people?
And the world. This is big because Ramy wrote the book, Ramy did TV shows, and Ramy was doing a lot of things for people and as well guiding through the Facebook group that everybody could join. So, what do you would you add to that, Ramy? How do you inspire the world?
Well, when you have to feel confident in yourself that you know what you're talking about, that you've experienced it, and because you experienced it and achieved things, then you're excited. You talk with knowledge that you know. Just like if you ever go to any kind of course or event, and people are talking, if they just like read it or stuff, or they don't really know it deep down because of lifetime experience, you can inspire. I mean, Martin Luther King lived that life of segregation and stuff and experience of things, so he can talk with the utmost passion because he totally believed in what he was doing and he believed he was right. So knowing it, the enthusiasm becomes contagious and you can inspire people because you're not just feeding people just stuff that you learn in book, but you're feeding people the things that you know deep inside and you can be excited about it. So definitely with enthusiasm and you believing what you're talking about, that will always inspire people.
Because you discovered the truth and
Yes,
you want to share the truth with others, and
exactly,
they look and they recognize it,
exactly.
and therefore they also accept it. But you know what? While you're talking, Ramy, I really felt I wanted to ask you something. It's
Hmm.
a little bit personal. Would you be open to share with us your mission, the soul mission? Because you are driven, you are very, very driven
Hmm.
to share your experiences with the world. So, do you have a mission related to that? Do you feel you have a mission related to that?
Well, my mission is definitely, I have my goals, which is to build great wealth, and how I do it is just different goals and path to get to the end goal. But it is, on the way there to take people with me because the more people that are successful around
Yes.
me, the more positive people there are, and the more at the end of the day is a better world because the more people have things to lose because they have a lot that they've gained and everything else. They won't cause wars. They won't do negative things. So by uplifting people at the same time as I'm moving forward is a really good thing, and people should do it all the time. They shouldn't be jealous about people being successful or be upset that they're more successful than them. It'll benefit them in the long run, and the world becomes a better place. I mean, if you look at countries that just like if you look at the Middle East problem was Gaza and Israel and all these people, 50% are employed in Gaza and stuff. They have a lot to lose, but they come to America, and now they all live together. They work together. They get along like friends. They have a lot to lose. They have jobs. They have freedom. They have houses. So the more they do better, the more everybody just gets along. So to build yourself, it's great to uplift other people at the same time. So it's just a better world altogether. So you can actually achieve more, and these people will help you achieve more as they succeed too.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And in my eyes, I don't know many very successful billionaires that are having this desire to grow and simultaneously share, teach, uplift, and grow together with community and so on. So I think this makes you quite unique. And I think this also makes you very lovable because people, they kind of mirror themselves as well in your path, and they like that you're open. You're not only for yourself. Yeah, but it's my thoughts about this. Yes.
Yeah, no, it's true, but there's a lot of people that want to help along the way. As they get older, they find that giving back is very important.
Andrew Carnegie. Yeah.
And Carnegie, a lot of people, Mellon, Rockefeller did, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett is all giving back now.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah,
Carol,
when you talked about how you inspired other people, I was thinking that what you talked about, people not having the experience but talking about that. So
Right.
we, Celeste and me, we are working with the subconscious mind and how to, yeah, let's say reprogram it, but whatever, like working with it. And so I understood now that it is important not to understand it from the reasoning factor in your mind. You can understand it, but it has really to soak into your heart, and you have the feeling like you have with your what you experience and what you expressed in the book, the
Yeah.
application of the universal laws, and this is the difference. And now comes the point, then comes inspiration into play, that this is the inspirational part, the state you are in, and some of the people are not, they are just talking about, they wanna be in that state, or but they don't understand. Yes, this is
Unless you live it
what
and
I now.
experience it, you won't understand. You can't just learn it from a book
Mhm.
and think you could teach it because you don't have the true depth of experience to be able to really teach the nuances and how it really feels and all that. So you can say the words, but it's just words. It could just like, people could just read a book for that. But to really get into people and to where they're inspired, just like when you guys were here for 3 days. I mean, none of it was planned. When you guys came, didn't know what we're going to do, but we talked for a solid 3 days, and you felt all inspired, and it was very moving because it just came from the heart and an experience. So there was not 1 minute of that planned for when you came. I just said, well, we'll see how it goes, and we'll just take it from there, and we'll know what to say and where were you going to lead everything to. So
the
you don't have
spirit.
to plan it out if you know inside yourself what you could do. And we talked for 3 days straight, and I think everybody really enjoyed the experience here, and they all left inspired and happy.
Yes, we had so much fun, and you were guided. And
Mm.
the most important thing, you did it your way.
Yeah.
You did it the Ramy way. This
Yeah.
was very inspiring for us. Thank you so much for having us in your home. It was your home, and you were
Oh,
sharing
my
it for
pleasure.
3 days. Thank you so much. Okay, I have a question, but I have also something in the chat. Yeah, Celeste want me to skip one question. I have a question about your gifts and talents, but also about your offer to the world. Let's connect the two questions. Your offer, what are you offering? What is your message to the Inspired Podcast community today,
And the
now?
entire world. Yes.
I don't know. There's so many messages. The biggest thing is really live your life at your own terms. Live your life in a way that you want to live it, and don't let the rest of the world kind of dictate how your life is going to go. And you have to make the decisions, take action, and not be affected by other people's opinions that what you can or cannot do. It's really up to you. I mean, that's a biggest message, and that you got to believe in yourself to make that happen.
You know what, Remy? While you're talking today,
Mm.
you were kind of highlighting consciously, unconsciously one word, and that was faith.
Right.
Okay. From the beginning, you said, I did it because I had faith. Whatever they said, I had the faith.
Hmm.
And then you were going through the book and applying it for yourself because you were having faith. And then you wrote about this so people could have faith. and jump into their impulses, into their dream. So I suppose faith is one of your things that are near to your heart. And of
Yeah,
course, we
yeah.
do believe in
Because
this.
if you don't believe it, then what good is it? Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank
together
you
with
very
that.
much for this interview.
No,
And
no problem.
people, please check winwithramy.com and the Facebook group. Of course, Can You Really Think and Grow Rich? Reach out to us, Caroline and Celeste, and we connect you to the group. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you so
Yeah.
much. Have an
Well,
amazing day and see you
well,
in the next episode.
thank you.
Yay!
Uh,
Thank
have
you.